As the great Warren Buffett said, Rule 1 of Wall Street is don't lose money. How do you achieve Rule 1? Well, there's Rule 2, don't short Tesla. Hey, welcome back, guys. Today we got another video for you guys. This video is going to be kind of interesting because we're going to go through the earnings report from Tesla for Q1 2020. We're going to go through some of the key metrics, and we're going to go through a review of what I think about the company. Because obviously, as you guys know, I'm a big shareholder of Tesla. In fact, about 20% of my portfolio is in Tesla stock. So this is obviously a report that matters a lot to me. And I hope to share some of my thoughts with you and see where the company is going in the future and what the trajectory of the company is. So without further ado, let's jump in. So first of all, let's go through some of the key metrics that are presented in this latest earnings report. And spoiler alert, they're all absolutely amazing. They're all fantastic. So let's go through them. So revenue came in at $5.98 billion, which beat expectations of $5.85 billion. Now, a similar story is with EPS. The EPS came in at $1.24, which is absolutely amazing because I think that Tesla's finally gotten to the stage where they're consistently profitable. So one of the biggest arguments that Tesla shorts have against this stock was that Tesla's losing money. They're losing money. They're bleeding cash. Well, now it's not the case anymore because Tesla has finally achieved, in my opinion, a stage where they can become consistently profitable. So that argument that Tesla shorts always use, that Tesla is bleeding money and they're not making any money, well, that is no longer valid. So big shout out to Gally from Hyperchange. I was on the live stream when the entire report came out. And yeah, I'm a big fan of his channel. I'm a subscriber, and Hypercharts is his service. So I think that the charts look great, and I love the design aesthetic of this website. So I'm going to be using Hypercharts. I'll link down below to hypercharts.co if you want to check out some of the other charts that he has. So he has charts on other companies like Apple or Google or whatever, all these big tech companies, or Uber. And he has also a bunch of different charts for different companies, and he tailors them to different companies depending on what kind of metrics are relevant to each company. So for example, for something like Facebook, you would have daily active users and stuff like that. So yeah, check out Hypercharts if you haven't already. Links down below in the description. I'm not getting paid for this, by the way. This is just, I genuinely love the design of the website, and I just wanted to give him a shout out. Anyways, so let's jump into net income. So as you can see, net income on a GAAP basis is now positive. Now I know it's only barely positive, but compared to Q1 of 2019, Tesla saw a huge, massive net income loss, or net loss of over $700 million. So this is a massive improvement over Q1 of last year. And considering the whole Roni situations that's going on right now, that's especially impressive. Now let's jump into cash position. So a highlight of this quarter is that Tesla is in the strongest cash position that they've ever been, coming in at $8.1 billion in cash and cash equivalents. Now, if you remember a while back that they did that Tesla capital raise, so when Tesla stock was at like $800 a share, similar to where it is now, ironically. So yeah, they raised a bunch of money, and now they're in the strongest cash position that they've ever been in. And as you can see, the cash and cash equivalents position have just pretty much gone up in a straight line. So now let's jump into vehicles delivered. As you can see, vehicles delivered is also up massively quarter over quarter. Now, Q1 of every year is typically not a very strong quarter in terms of vehicle delivery, but as you can see, Tesla's managed to improve quarter over quarter, and it's up massively from Q1 of 2019 and 2018, which is very impressive given that all the situation that's going on. So as you know, car companies are pretty much all suffering. All the big companies that are not Tesla, like GM or Ford, they're really having trouble selling new cars just because of the macroeconomic concerns of a global recession, potentially of a global economic slowdown. But it appears that Tesla has been able to weather this storm spectacularly well. But yeah, anyways, I actually don't want to spend too much time on this video on the metrics because I'll link the report down below and you can read the report if you want. But I actually think that there's a lot more interesting stuff in this report than just the raw numbers. So if you're interested in raw numbers, feel free to read the report. But I'm going to talk about something that's much more interesting than the raw numbers, in my opinion. So I wanted to show you guys this picture that Tesla included in their earnings report. Now, this is a picture of the Model Y versus the Model 3, and specifically one component in the Model Y versus the Model 3. As you can see, the component in the Model 3 consists of 70 different pieces of metal that's just grouped together to form this one piece. But in the Model Y, they actually gone down to two pieces. Now, this is significant because Tesla is simplifying the manufacturing process of all their vehicles in a very dramatic way. So this is significant because it's going to lead to a massive decline in cost for the company. And this will obviously improve their margins massively. So a while ago, a report came out saying that Tesla has managed to reduce the cabling in the Model Y to 100 meters. Now, just to put that into perspective, the Model 3 began the manufacturing process with 3 kilometers worth of cable. Now imagine 3 kilometers of cable just in your car. And now Tesla managed to reduce that to 1.5 kilometers, so they cut that in half. But still, that's 1.5 kilometers worth of cable just in your Model 3. So if you go buy a Model 3 right now, there's 1.5 kilometers worth of cable in there. But Tesla has claimed that they managed to reduce the cabling in the Model Y to just 100 meters. Now, this is debatable because some people have said that, oh, it's actually not that. They've taken apart the Model Y and they said that they actually haven't reduced it by that much just because they just organized it a little better. So maybe Tesla was being a little bit too optimistic when they said that it's 100 meters. But still, regardless, you can't deny that Tesla has indeed reduced the cable massively. Even if it's not actually 100 meters, it's probably a lot less than 1.5 kilometers worth of cable in the Model Y. So that's really impressive. And yeah, that's just going to further reduce the cost and further simplify the manufacturing process for Tesla, giving them a bigger edge in the future. Now, moving on to the next chart. Now, with this chart, I think what Tesla is trying to show is that the total addressable market for the Model Y is huge. So the SUV category is actually the biggest category in vehicles in the United States. Now, the Model Y is supposed to tap into that. And as you can see from the chart, the Model Y has only captured a very small percentage of that market right now just because it's just coming out and the first Model Ys are just being delivered. So it's a massive potential. Now you can see the performance of the Model 3 and how well it's been able to capture the sedan market. Now, if Model Y performs just as well or even better than the Model 3, it'll be huge, right? It'll be a massive thing for Tesla in the coming months. And in this chart, we see that Tesla has actually increased the range advantage of their vehicles. So according to the latest figures from Tesla, Tesla now has 132 miles of range advantage over the next EV vehicle. Now, this is significant because, as you can see, that Tesla has actually improved the range advantage over his competitors over the years. Now, a lot of Tesla shorts are saying, oh, Tesla killers are coming. Volkswagen is coming out with the e-tron, or GM's coming out with the new Chevy Bolt or whatever. But none of them have been able to catch up to Tesla in terms of range. And in fact, what we're seeing is that Tesla has been extending their range over their competitors. So the gap between the competitors and Tesla is actually widening as opposed to shortening. So this just goes to show that competitors are actually falling further and further behind Tesla. And all of this can be summed up in 2 words: competitive advantage. So all the companies that claim to build Tesla killers, they're nowhere close to Tesla. And for those of people who think that, oh, a Bolt is just the same as a Model 3, I would ask you, have you sat inside a Model 3 and have you sat inside a Bolt? And if you have you driven both of the cars? And if you have driven both of the cars, you probably wouldn't be asking that question. I mean, come on, if for anyone who's sat inside the Bolt and the 3, which I have sat in both of them, I can tell you for a fact that they're not even close, right? They're not even the same league. And if you compare a Tesla Model 3 to a Chevy Bolt, it's just night and day difference, right? I can't really emphasize that any more than I already have. So I'll leave it there. So for those of you who still don't believe in Tesla and think that a GM is just making the exact same electric cars, well, I recommend you go try it out. You go try out both cars and see what you think. And, if you're being paid by GM, you can smash the dislike button. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is Tesla solar roofs. Now, this is a sector of the business that people just love to ignore, right? So Tesla Energy and Tesla Solar is not a significant part of the business right now. But I think Tesla Energy and Tesla Solar are huge potentials for the business that people are not really giving enough credit to. So I'm going to show you this picture that is included in the earnings report, and you can see the difference between a Tesla solar roof and just a regular roof. And you can see that it looks so great, right? So gone are the days where you have these big, ugly solar panels that just line your roof, and they're just really obvious that you put in solar panels and they just look really tacky and really gross. But with Tesla solar roofs, it just looks like a regular roof. It looks like a regular roof, but it's a little bit shinier. And yeah, it's a solar roof, and the tiles are supposed to be really durable. So even if you're in the middle of like a hailstorm or something, it should be able to not break. And the same could not be said for like the traditional solar panels, which are a lot more delicate, right? So I think that's a huge potential that people are ignoring. And yeah, I think that that'll be a huge market for Tesla in the future. And lastly, I just want to talk about the Shanghai Gigafactory. So can we just all stop for a moment and admire how fast this factory went up? Like honestly, it began construction in December 2018, if I recall correctly, and it finished in December 2019. So within 1 year, it just went from just basically a pile of dirt to a fully functional Gigafactory. So that factory has went up incredibly fast. And yeah, what's my opinion of Tesla going into the future? Well, I think that in the near term, there might be even more catalysts for growth of just the stock price. So as I'm recording this, Tesla is nearing that magical $900 range. It's just under that, I think, in aftermarket trading. And I believe that in the short term, you might be able to see it cross the $900 range, and I wouldn't be surprised at all. And that's because Elon Musk has hinted that there's going to be something huge in Tesla Battery Investor Day, which is coming up sometime probably in May. So Elon Musk has said that it will blow your mind. So we'll have to see what he announces at Tesla Battery Day. But I'm super excited for that. And obviously, I'll be watching that closely and updating you guys once the information comes out. But as to what I think might be presented in Battery Day, well, there could be some sort of breakthrough in battery technology, right? So if you think Tesla's been aiming for the million-mile battery, which is a battery that has a lifetime charge of 1,000,000 miles. So basically, that means that if you have a 1,000,000 mile battery in your Tesla, it'll pretty much last the entire lifetime. But with regular traditional cars, you can maybe get like 200, 300,000 kilometers, even on the most durable Corolla or something. It'll get like 300,000 kilometers, and your engine will just start breaking down. But with a 1,000,000 mile battery, it'll last for much longer. So maybe that's what Elon Musk will announce. But I don't know, maybe that technology is still a bit out of the reach at the moment. But maybe there could be some sort of breakthrough that gets us closer to the 1,000,000 mile battery at least. And I think that all the acquisitions that Tesla has gone through, like its acquisition of Maxwell Technologies and all this stuff, I think that'll massively help them with battery improvements and battery R&D in the future. So I think that that's one potential catalyst that can send the stock even higher in the short term. So yeah, with all that being said, I don't know what to say to you if you're still short Tesla. I mean, all those people we have even big hedge fund managers and big investors that are super rich that are still shorting Tesla. And I just don't know what to say to those people, right? So if you're short Tesla at the moment, after seeing this report, like if I were you and I was short Tesla, I'd be shitting my pants right now. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on Tesla and its latest earnings report. This video is getting a little long, so I'll leave it here. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already, and consider subscribing if you like this series. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'll leave the links down below in the description. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.